For those of you who are interested in charts, I know there are a lot of people, you see this kind of 14-15% fluctuation. This is 1 minute chart. So you see this kind of fluctuations in the market. And if you look at the candles, it looks like this. But you can see the most clearly in the line chart. Some of you may ask, would you be able to trade here in between? And then if you go to the swap, you see these numbers do not update fast enough to catch to the price movement. So if you just look at the number here, it may not ever update to reflect this price jump here. What you see on the swap is just an average price estimation. But if you trade this and you are lucky enough, you might be able to catch the price movement and receive more of the coin than what is indicated here. Keep that in mind, just for the chart lovers. Free trade. Keep doing there is always high risk in this kind of fluctuations, because what ends up happening most of the time is that you end up buying higher than what you sold. So this is not financial advice, this is just explanation of the utilization and the charts, what is the reality, because a lot of people think that they would be interested in these kind of things, or they can't themselves, but they hate somebody who they juxtapose to do such trades. Well, this is the reality, and I just want to clear some prejudices out there and tell about the practical reality. But anyway, Leash is this orange chart here. You see Leash is all the time doing this kind of movement, and actually so is the new Ryoshi coin. But here especially you see this wild 15% movements, and if you look at the trade chart here, they are about pretty much buys. So now Ryoshi is also on Uniswap exchange, and those might be removals or additions into the liquidity pool. So there are many factors what may cause these kind of fluctuations. It's not always even the swaps or somebody swinging themselves. No, there are many factors that may cause this kind of fluctuation. So keep that in mind. Only love and peace. So now, likewise, you see, last night Ryoshi reached its fresh all-time high here, and here was the last D point. So now you see here is the resistance between these two blue lines. It's testing this resistance, and here it broke. And then it dipped, and now it's on the rise again, testing the resistance. But since growth of holders has now reached over 5,000 and the growth have been so rapid, this type of consolidation is actually expected. Like now those who are within the 2,500 first holders, their dime hands are being tested now, and that is the consolidation. And also what brings another factor of consolidation is that there is actually something steaming up with the Leash as well. Leash is on the bottom right now. Leash has been consolidating on the 1,000 price mark for a long time. And you know, because I really believe before SHIB really broke out, I already swapped my SHIBs into Leash when Leash was about at 100. So the tribute to that deja vu, this is Leash deja vu. I actually, you know, I'm holding Leash now, and you know, it pretty much depends on the strength of community. We will see what happens, which one will be more, you know, attractive. But as you see, Leash just got 1% drop. It looks huge here, but it's actually 1% drop, and these kind of drops in Leash price are very normal. It is the consolidation of Leash that is happening. Meanwhile, that price movement will be much more huge with Ryoshi consolidation. So remember the legendary words, every ship needs a leash, said by Ryoshi, and we can only open up our imaginary what that means in the future. I will dedicate another video for that topic, next one probably. So what I was saying now, back to the chart of the art of the chart, is that we are going to update this D point here to the new all-time high. Now where it disappeared. Chart up to 5 minutes, and here's the D point. What I just said, we could ask how long the consolidation in Ryoshi takes. Here's the rise, and then, you know, the Fibonacci frequency gives this. Here is the next wave in Fibonacci frequency. So I would say it will take, you know, 174 bars to get there from the D point, from the breakout. So it will be a few days. This consolidation could take a few days. If you look at here, there's the first breakout, then first breakout was the A launch, A, B is the breakout, then C consolidation, then the next breakout to new all-time high. And I'm going to rise this D point here now up to here. So now we could also hide this for a second. We could also update this Fibonacci from here. Let's update it where it makes sense. Where it makes sense. Fibonacci. I would say pretty much this kind of line makes sense. So now if we update it like that, then you could pretty much see the new plausible highs for this one. See? Or if we update it like this, there is the current resistance level. It might be that, you know, it might come back to this line for the consolidation period. That's my estimation. And then the new support line is between this, you know. These are just estimations. Charts are not facts. It's pretty much dependent on the community and its strength. And these charts try to explain and portray that strength that is running within people. Let's see. It has been 15 minutes since I swapped my 0.6 leashes into Ryoshi, and another whale enters into the pit that is forming the metaverse for vision in the reflection of the Ryoshi waters. Let's roll it out. We'll go far with these diamonds. Far. As you see, consolidation is here done. Consolidation lasted only 20 minutes and now it's upwards again. We will go far with these diamonds. And by the way, one whale liquidated completely between this consolidation. One whale of over 10 Ethereum worth sold all his Ryoshis, and now we are already above that price. We will go far. It's 0.3 leashes above the balance by which I swapped my leashes to Ryoshis. So yeah. So I basically swapped my bones into leashes, but my transaction is here, and some shark both or whale just both 15 Ethereum just before me. Anyway, we are early, so yeah, one leash less value for this. Anyway, see now. Anyway, let's assume we are still in the early, so because this can really go 10x from these prices. Actually, I'm gonna leave some leashes for me, you know, just for the fun of leash. I just swapped bones for Ryoshis, and then this kind of spike happened. Let's see, 15 Ethereums both. My transaction went just through before this spike. Lucky one. Removed with the average gas fee, and I just topped up the limit, but that transaction went through really quick, even though it was with average gas fee. Great. So now we got some bones and a little bit of leash in the balance. Ready to go for more. Peace out. Now the withdrawal was successful, so we go to dig page. It's not finding the liquidity yet. You see there is the LP, then we go to dig page. Pool found. There it is. Manage this pool. Manage. You know, there you see the balance, and we remove them 100%. Approve. Gas fee is still pretty high. I'm not gonna remove this yet. So now, since we have been on this amazing bull run, that I updated my D point here, you know, A, B, C, and then D point. I also updated, you know, this triangle here in violet, and then I updated my Fibonacci frequency, which you see here, you know, these phases. It was now the D point was confirmed, so now this is really bullish here. You know, this, it's actually, you know, just it goes according to this, you know, as you see. It goes like a, it just fits, you know, to this point here. So now if we, and by the way, it's funny here to notice that whales are in the buying mode and smaller wallets are in the buying mode. Only in the mediocre midterm people are here selling a little bit. Whales are in the buying mode. A lot of buys coming in. So now, if we scale this out, next, you know, in this Fibonacci sequence, the next, this should be the next run. You know, we expect something like here. Stop here. So the price will be in 20s. Price will be in 20s next. So that here will be the next point of resistance, or the support line will be gotta be consolidated here. And how long it will take, you know, we can take here a tool and date range from the D point. Art of the chart, hope you have enjoyed. So as you see here, first it took from the C line to get here new all-time high, but then what happened really quick was this next all-time high to the D point. So if this bullish run continues, this momentum, we might get, you know, higher much quicker. Actually, I estimated this, you know, 1 day, 3 hour long runs here, and the prediction just got in line here with the fourth box. It was just in line, you know, the D. So it takes a little bit consolation. As you see, the candle is green. It takes just consolidation, and once the snowball starts rolling, there is no looks back. But we will see how fast this goes upwards. If it goes fast upwards, then I will again update this violet triangle and the Fibonacci frequency. Thank you for watching. And during this evening, as you see, Ryoshi holders have been growing. About 300 new holders with parabolic growth in the price. So 300 holders more, and this is the growth. There is so much more room to go. Like these holders, when there is 10x more holders, like let's imagine only where this can go. Candles with long tails, this means that, in every jump there is it's finding the new resistance there. It's finding the new support. At every jump somebody sells, then at every dip somebody buys it back. Finding the new roof in the forming. Like if you think there's candle tails here, it is forming the new roof. Until there is no more sellers, then it goes higher. Now there it dips. The dime hand holding. We have been growing since the all-time high here. During this one Friday evening, we have been growing from the all-time high up to the now this is just, there is no roof anymore, because when all-time high breaks this fast, there is no roof. As you see, here's the clock. You see that, at 5 p.m. now it's midnight. It's midnight, and things can happen pretty fast. In 7 hours, the new all-time high up to 30%. Pretty much only buys, there is 10 Ethereum buys. Big guys buying in. And this is like the early SIP days, but even better. This is even better. This is like growing fast. This is really fast. There is SIP economy in the place now. It's like, this is just beautiful. There was the earlier launch day, and from the launch day all-time high, it's up 50%. And from the launch it's up 1000%, 10x. So we'll see how this growth continues. Now this balance would be valued 17 leashes. So as you see, dime hands holding the same amount. Yeah, so this is for the chart for today. Keep the dime hands over the weekends. Yeah, then the vision long. There once more, as I previously mentioned a couple of days ago, Ryoshi was twice cheaper in comparison to Leash. These charts are a form of art, so there you see the upswing from the bottom here, 126% gain, and how long it took, or 120% gain. It took 3 days. 3 days. There it is. The arts of the chart. But anyway, this is only to, inspire you to hold long term and not to stress out about these swings in the charts. Anyways, keep it strong, keep it dime for the future. And there we go. Beautiful. We are rising over the self-set psychological barrier for this holding. You see, over 125 billion Ryoshi has just surpassed 12.5 leashes in price. That keeps accumulating upwards. I'm not trading, I'm not selling. This is just for your inspiration. Keep dime hands strong. Let's woof. Like you see here. That's it. Now this is another psychological barrier, you know. This is you know something. 12.5. Let's see if we if we can reach 12.5 here. You know, I'm glad. That should be the ultimate support level. But if you look this price of the ships, I mean this Ryoshi price in ships, this is still way underwater because you know here's a funny fact. When lease price was about $150, when one lease was $1,500, I had 2 billion ships and I swapped them, the 2 billion ships, into leashes back then. And after that swap, when I was holding only leash, the ship price increased like 300%, and that was really bad move from me. But if you look now, 2 billion ships in leash, like it's neat. 2 billion leash. I originally bought like 2 billion ships, but now think about it. Now I have 125 billion Ryoshis. That is dime hand development. I mean, when you go through that kind of journey, your dime hands, they're you know, forged. Your dime hands are forged in the flames of the Avril, you know. It's fun. I mean, I like that kind of dime hand challenge, you know. Yeah. Let's keep it rolling. Leash balance is worth over 12 leash. There it is. Psychological barrier has been reached. Must learn from this video that looking at the charts is kind of not useful because it may only conjure up pressure and stress for you. Likewise, you see this price has been rising here, but it's kind of it is the average rise here. These upswings are like they don't tell about what it is. So don't stress yourself with looking at the charts, and charts are fun, you know. You can take a look here and there when you are doing your gym training, but you know, it's, by the way, a funny joke if somebody is having too much screen time in their exercises. You can just go like, yeah, your stocks must be upswinging, you know. But don't look at the charts too much. Keep it real. They are not reflected here in the trades. Here are only greens. Beautiful green chart. Only greens on the right side. Not even one sell. It's so bullish. Like this one minute chart is indicating like the super trend goes with these upswings, but it's not real really. As you see, it's just upswing and here. Like following these would be totally waste. But 5 minute chart might be more interesting. As you see, there's the bullish mark and now it's here. Previous all-time high that was reached after this meteoric rise on Ryoshi. And likewise you see I have drawn, there is the initial launch A, then the new all-time high B, then the consolidation drop to C, and then again brand new all-time high in the D. Now if we would continue this, drawing this triangle ABCD line here, let's find out how it would look like. So we could either like think that the next A is here. I would actually view this as the consolidation period, since sharks and the turtles are selling. This morning whales were much more in the buying side, but now whales are also pretty much neutral about this. And most of the buys are small buys that are coming in. Yet I have drawn, according to this first major triangle, I draw the Fibonacci frequency here, and you know, if this current level begins a new surge upwards, we will see if this resistance, you know, holds here. I mean this support level. If you look at this, it is right now on the major support level. Or actually, you know, you see this blue line here. My initial estimation was that after the D, this would drop here. Like I estimated that the A is here. So, but it happens to be so that this is the ultimate support level here, and this was stronger than, you know, stronger than the estimation. So one thing that I would look out for, here's, you know, the D, the previous D, and then the, you know, this consolidation D. Then where is the next A point? You know, where is the, or where is the C point, let's say, in this major triangle, where would be the C point, consolidation C point? If this is A, B, then where's the C actually? If you would draw like, then where's the C? Where this is going to consolidate? And I still think that it will be somewhere, it will retest this line, this ultimate support here. So this wave here in the Fibonacci, I think that it is going to retest this support line here. And then after that retest, you know, we will see where it goes after that. it's either bullish or little more bearish. But likewise, you see here, I have drawn this 547 bar strong, bars long period here that I think that will be the major consolidation period here from the D line. And you know, I'm just estimating this is how it goes. That this support is going to be retested during this period. So, you know, now it's 6th of August. Tomorrow we will see how the support holds. Right now, like, it's turtles and sharks are completely selling this off, and whales, the down hands of whales is being tested, whether whales begin to sell this off, and that is in the question right now. It pretty much seems like, you know, one of the reasons why this could, you know, there are a few major reasons actually which may cause this dip here back to the A point, or here back to this C point here. One of those reasons is that in the Shiba economy, Leash has been on the consolidation period for a long time, and it really seems like Leash is right now at the ultimate bottom support level. So it indicates that Leash is just so attractive right now, you know, to me it seems like Leash can break out anytime. So that means, you know, somewhere the attraction goes, and I really think that is one major reason that may cause some whales to sell Ryoshi here for the Leash. Matter of how active and strong the community can remain. Whether they support the right influencers which remain to hold dime hands, you know, if the community shares out an influencer that then begins to, you know, promote another coin or another ecosystem, I think that's really bad for a particular token. But you know, there's the Fibonacci frequency, and I really think that this wave here is going to test the you know, it can so far it has, you know, went upwards with this Fibonacci frequency, so I think this holds true. Now if we look this view in 5-minute candle length, the violet here is Leash. Likewise, you see there is the D point, the previous, the all-time high after the surge, and you know, there is the Fibonacci wave up here. So I mean, retesting this 17 support line, I mean, this just looks very, this makes sense. This makes sense. It's gonna retest this support level here. It completely makes sense. And then slowly rise back up. This retest of the 17 support might last longer. It might last this long. So, you know, it completely makes sense that it is going to go this way. So I'm really looking forward how this goes. This is actually fun to make this kind of chart of the art. I haven't done this kind of stuff before, but yeah, now we got it here. So I really think that, you know, this is the way to go. You know, it makes sense. It is going to go there, retest this 17 support line here, and then we get the new all-time high there. That is very likely. Meanwhile, it is also interesting to see how Leash is proceeding. I really feel like the selling pressure on Leash has faded off, and now it's turning into buying pressure. You know, this support here was about 20% upswing on Leash in the makings, at least 20% upswing or 25% upswing easily. So yet the thing is about Leash is that when Leash moves, it moves fast. It moves rapidly. Leash is really explosive, you know. There is so little supply in the circulation, so you know, when the buying force comes to Leash, it's gonna fly fast. That is it. Still funny to see that the trading volume in Leash is higher than Ryoshi in this cooldown period. So yeah, let's see how this goes forwards. Happy confidence in the charts, or happy confidence in your dime hands. Either way, have a good day. And now, likewise, you see, there's the dip to the support level that was previously A point, and now it's just a question of time whether that support holds. It is on the average or the median of the support level. So we will see. And by the way, star also rised, and some people undigged the pool, so it is high yield right now. And in the other news, swap failing transaction is always sad. Failed. Because the price rised, you know. We will see if this is worth it. We'll see. I think this is going to dip further. I don't really think this holds here. So now I made this forecast curve into the future, and if this curve comes true, it will take 22 hours into the future to get it done. Let's see how it happens. In the latest, more greens are coming in, more buys, so that's a good sign. Whales are mostly buying. So if when this shoots up, with this 100k buys in, when this shoots up, and I feel like this is from somebody new or who doesn't trade much, dime hand holder, because there is no icon. So I'm kind of now coming to the conclusion of this, that we could move this C point here. Like, we could move this. We could move it here. It was pretty accurate anyway. Let's see how it looks in the long term. So, following the Fibonacci wave, so now we are approaching this C point here, and likewise you see the trade action is brutal. It shoot up there as if in advance, but immediately a couple whales sold this upswing, and now it's pointing towards the C point. Yet this is still bullish. Super trend is. So now, likewise you see here, we are approaching on 7th August this C point here, and here was today morning. My position was 3 leashes, on the profit here. Yet now it consolidates back towards the C line here. And there is 1, 2, 3 hours with the C line. Yet this seems to be really a good support here. The upper line of this bar seems to be really good support. So we will see if it dips there at all, since now it's beginning to go upwards. But when I hopped in here, or actually here, when I hopped in here, the thing is that still my position is in the profit. If I would buy in now, I would get less Ryoshes, about 10 billion less. So, I want to really exemplify the point that because there is 2.5% slippage, it gotta be taken into account when making these trade decisions. The 2.5 slippage is something really, especially when making a big trade. So that is how important it is to get in the dip. Even though, as always, when your vision is long enough and you don't want to spend time to looking up the charts and following this, then you got nothing to worry about really. But this is just for the advanced people and actually for myself as well, since I wanted to learn how these patterns work and you know, when there is no and then people are linking the charts to the chats, but still the vast majority of people, most of people don't really got the time or interest to make a deeper dive into these charts, and you know, they just kind of watch the chart, but they don't make these calculations. So this is mostly meant for the most of people who don't yet haven't deep dive yet into the chart and who don't got an example of what that really means. They might only have prejudices about the charts, so this is hopefully clearing up the air and keep it fresh, keep it long-sighted, and woof. And now, about 6 hours later, when I have woken up, look, I didn't change any of these positions. It has started to follow this C line exactly here. Whales have started to buy, sharks are turning into the buy side, and turtles are still all out. So, likewise you see here, there was the dip to the support level, and then buying the dip, somebody bought 30 Ethereum worth of Ryoshi up the dip. But as you see, here is the triangle line, and my transaction failed. I would have bought the dip as well. My transaction failed, so I'm not going to chase it. I'm just gonna wait here till it goes to the follows down to the C line, you know? And that's it. Extrapolate this line here, and you will get the C line extrapolated exactly here, where Ryoshi bounced back. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Green wall, 30% up. Meanwhile, Leash has risen about 10% in the same time. The momentum is catching up exactly as it did a week ago. Now this speaks of itself already. This weekend also the news come out, which will very probably make a new all-time high here. Trend-based Fibonacci extension from the previous C point to the next C point here. As you know, here is the C point of the next bottom, and then to the current movement, the current point. And now, as you see, this first Fibonacci wave, it's exactly lined with this next level of resistance. Now we are on this resistance level. The next level of resistance is here. The next levels of resistances are here and here. And then if we break, here is the previous all-time high. And you know, D points are actually here. And if we break this resistance here, then the price goes into discovery to the new all-time high. And now, based on these drawings, we can draw another Fibonacci from the previous C point to the next C point. And then you see this line here towards the D point. Now, when you draw that, you exactly saw that this makes sense. Like, it predicted the all-time high there. Draw this distance here. So how long it took from the previous C point to this C point. And it took 8 days. We copy it and we are gonna move it, previous C point, and further into the future. Now we are going to predict that the next, if you see this wedge here, Fibonacci wedge, this line is going to follow this line here. Draw this wedge according to this, and so following this trend here. If it's that trend line here, and here on the following morning we see this beautiful upswing getting through up to the second highest level of the Fibonacci wedge. So I could have updated it here. It came real sooner than expected. But don't get me wrong, it's about to shoot up here again. That's how everything seems like that right now. When we look more closely to this, now it is 11:30 a.m. in the morning, and here, if we get the another uptrend here, see, this is still bullish. This is still in bullish supertrend. So at 2 p.m. according to this Fibonacci, if this is the turning point here at 2 p.m. and then that is the another time to check the chart.